Hello people and welcome to watch yet another Carcassonne Champions League a league stage match. This is the week 5, so the final week of the league stage or the basically the preliminary rounds. And today we'll have a match with Ste-fa-na-kis of Greece versus Stag of China. Both of whom are not in the best of states at the moment. We have, let's actually see. So where's Ste-fa-na-kis? So Ste-fa-na-kis at 1 win, 3 losses in the Space League with a -4 tiebreaker, and Stag doing a bit better. So actually, I guess I have to take my words back. Had my priorities wrong there. With Aki with 3 wins, 1 loss, and just should be a secured playoff spot with a +5 tiebreaker. So the only games that he has lost have happened in one single match, and they have happened against Adria. Against Kirilo Marahov on the very first week. Afterwards, Aki has seemingly put on the big gears and decided to not lose any games at all. Welcome Natpira, welcome Vika. Currently, Aki sitting at 572 on rating wise, with very low amount of games played actually, with only just above 1,000, with a peak of going to about 660. And for Ste-fa-na-kis, it's 633 the current rating, and only 600 games played. Like, would you believe that? And no other games except for Carcassonne played on BGA. So very steady going for sure, and we can see that Ste-fa-na-kis has only actually been on BGA with this account or played with the account since just under a year ago. So the fact that they have managed to get all the way to the CCL is quite astonishing actually, but I would put my bet on Ste-fa-na-kis not being the first time player in BGA. I do reckon that he has played the game outside the platform as well. So for basically very low stakes match here for Ste-fa-na-kis, going into a max of -2 tiebreaker with 2 wins, and for Aki, for Aki, it could be quite a high stakes-ish, because he certainly wants to get to 4 match wins and be eligible, I guess, for the round of 16 straight up, instead of staying in anywhere between places 5 to 12 and getting to the round of 24 instead. And looks like for now, the Chinese player is going to be having the lead with a 6-point city, and Ste-fa-na-kis with a 4-pointer, and both players with 2 cities of their own and equalish monasteries as well, with Aki having a slightly worse progression on his monastery, but he's going to be able to get an evil hamster spot, and he's going to be able to eventually make a nice road over here. Might even actually build the road. Wouldn't be the craziest idea, but I do think it's perfectly justifiable to not do that. Maybe we get like one more straight road. We go here first, and then we try to get another straight road, maybe a curve, and then we boom, boom, bam. We do everything on one go when blue, or red for that matter, gets the road monastery, or maybe actually with a road and the monastery. I'm not sure if red would be going over here. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Ste-fa-na-kis with a dagger, to which he doesn't have actually not such great uses in anywhere. I think this is the least threatening thing that he can do for himself, like starting a city anywhere else. Here, like here, here. Like those are like all not that great spots because they all interfere with his earlier features, or they will be restricted themselves and slash or get restricted to a starting tile real quick. So going for the less or least worrisome platform and gets to finish the city immediately after, with Aki going for the indirect defense, well, indirect finish of his city, now trying to get one of the three remaining road Doritos. And Aki doesn't even bother going for a restriction, well, a self restriction onto his city, which I think it is a correct move to do, as in like to not go here because all of the daggers were still out there, and when the most threatful tiles that you can get restricted to are all still out there, you don't really want to do anything about your vulnerable features. But the block over here, I think is, I mean, actually, I think it's all right, given that, like usually you would want to go here with city plus field tiles. So as in, like this cow would be just fantastic for Ste-fa-na-kis to go there and try to make the full block. But given that he needs or needed the city plus field tiles elsewhere anyway, I think this is justifiable in this case to then have a good use for road tiles elsewhere, which he didn't really have before. Continuations to the city of Ste-fa-na-kis and a couple cities finished at the top, with a very nice looking field ensuing as soon as a road monastery is drawn. I don't think we meeple this road, but not the ideas of Ste-fa-na-kis. He does sacrifice. Actually, no. He sacrifices getting blocked immediately. There are no starting tiles in the deck. Like he risked getting blocked immediately with any city plus road tile here. Well, almost with any city plus road tile, excluding the daggers. Yeah, risky place for sure. A horse arrives for Aki, following the divider that he got, was able to get an 8-point city and drop a farmer as well. And with an 18-point lead on the scoreboard, and now also with a full block, not quite a full block, but a very heavy restriction onto the city of Ste-fa-na-kis, looking almighty well for sure. Now creating yet another road monastery spot, trying to also get the second blue meeple to the what is about to become a main field. And for Ste-fa-na-kis, he doesn't really have anything he can do to really prevent that. Also, of course, this spot over here is completable, or it is unifiable with a field crossroad or with a regular curve. But before that happens, we are going to be seeing the first road monastery getting to the hand of Agistak, being able to have now 3 monasteries and even got the 4th, but doesn't meeple it, which I think he actually could have very well done. given that his monasteries over here are rather easy to complete, and at the moment don't really pose a significant threat of getting blocked, because in order to do that, for Ste-fa-na-kis he would have to go here with something and get a city tile to then finish the block to a starting tile, which of course no longer exists as mentioned before. Ste-fa-na-kis gets his meeple back from the monastery, and now only one monastery remains in the deck, being the Road Monastery, which does have a very juicy 8-point spot with still 3 field crossroads to go into this square. Ste-fa-na-kis has also made the equalizations onto the field, well, practically, with an 87.5% chance, roughly so, to get to the field with this second red meeple of his. Makes the full block onto the monastery of Aki, but in return has also gotten blocked himself. And honestly, from the standpoint of blue, yeah, this third farmer from blue definitely makes a lot of sense, because of these 4 tiles that when any of them is drawn by Aki's deck, he's gonna likely unify all the fields, even maybe with a field crossroad. But well, maybe not at this point, but because he has juicier spots to go with a field crossroad, maybe like here for instance, and here as well, for 7 and 4 points. This one is going to be really only getting used for Aki's deck if he connects the second farmer and whiffs on the Road Monastery, or can otherwise guarantee that he will be getting the entire field under his control, with no retaliation coming from red, that is. And there is the first field crossroad, which I believe should be going over here. But I mean, Aki does have a lot of alternatives. I mean, so here is I think the first one. Here is even the second one, and here maybe just the third one. And he does go for the highest scoring move. 7 points. Does get blocked with the second monastery, but that's all right. He's going to be now able to make either a 3-point move or a restriction onto the Road of Ste-fa-na-kis, which would it be useful? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are still actually 3 crossroads, but 1 is needed over here for red anyways. And it will delay any platforms to restrict this connection. But we are like just plus 15 on the scoreboard anyways. We have blocked monasteries for another like 14 points, so that's puts us at plus 20. What is it? 29. Then with a blocked meeple for Ste-fa-na-kis worth 6 points, so 23. Yeah, looks to be just a fabulous situation for Aki's deck for sure. Well, a crossroad is drawn by Ste-fa-na-kis, and now having the high hopes of drawing a crossroad here, then drawing also the final Road Monastery, whilst Aki goes for a new city, which I'm a bit surprised. I mean, I think he could have also done something like this. So going for yet another farmer, and then maybe getting a curve and a straight road to also maybe even get this guy in just via another route. Just have like contingency plans in case this meeple doesn't get to the field, but it certainly has now good expansion potential. New field attacking platform from extender cities at the bottom. Yes, indeed. So talking about this opportunity, which currently doesn't really exist, I guess, with much else than with a city plus road tile going over here and then trying to get a curve, but that is a possibility. For Ste-fa-na-kis, I mean, does he actually use this though? Does he take the chance and go here with what I would say is kind of a big chance of getting blocked immediately? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are only 2 curves and no daggers actually to fit here that would allow the connection. Well, I guess you could count the road monastery also to be a connection tile, so 3, I guess. And also having three meeples in hand and really nowhere to use them at the moment. He maybe needs only like 1 in hand to get points from the field crossroads and then the road monastery and stuff like that. Well, he does go for the attack, and Aki doesn't get a blocking tile when the plans are almighty, all successful for Ste-fa-na-kis. Is this actually a full block on the lower farmer? So now there are no daggers to fit into this square. There are no city crossroads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is actually a full block. There are no road Toritos either, so it is fully blocked. And Aki will be going just for a solid, well, currently a 6-point field, trying to get to something higher. And now needs to figure out how is he going to exactly try and equalize the field, which is now worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 27 points actually with the connection, with still 2 field crossroads remaining, and it is kind of undoubtedly a tile that Ste-fa-na-kis needs, because without the tile the fields are just equal. They are not scoring anything for either player basically. So at least 1 tile for Ste-fa-na-kis, we know what it needs to be. And actually in terms of that, he probably might also need the road monastery, because otherwise blue can just go over here and meeple the monastery themselves. Well, this is an interesting idea coming from Aki's deck. So he's gonna try and make maybe a curve possibility to join the field, or then just go like over here with a straight road, try to get here with a curve, or connect to this guy with a road monastery. Well, there's a curve for red. Probably going for the 2 points, no? So what's the remaining? There are 2 field crossroads, and there is the road monastery, and then there is something else, maybe some city caps. So plus 10 for blue, plus 17, 24, 30, 32, 30, 26, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 18, and then this field would be 27. There is a road monastery, and Ste-fa-na-kis goes for it. Well, absolutely he goes for it. Of course, it is the highest scoring move anyways, and we just have to get the crossroad in the first place. So we don't really have any options. Aki gets the first one of those, and now has 1 in 33. One in 3 chance. 1 in 3 chance. Aki draws the first of the two remaining field crossroads and now has a 1 in 3 chance of also drawing the second one, being the non-starting player. And just winning the game on the spot without really doing anything. Because even with the monastery, I don't think Ste-fa-na-kis has anywhere near enough points to actually win this game without getting to the field. I believe he's down by like 10 or so when we don't take into account the field. And I suspect that Aki is simply trying to see, like, is there any possible way for him to get to the field, like via another route, but the field crossroad. And doesn't really seem like there is. Isn't a ninja at the top always winning? Are there curves? Because there are no regular curves. There may be daggers of this kind. Oh, there is a dagger. So there is a dagger with the left-hand side curve. That's a very nice observation coming from Crafty. So we could go actually over here and drop a ninja farmer. And then we can draw either the dagger or we can draw the field crossroad and win that way. Or actually, I guess it also works if we go here. Here and drop a farmer. Ooh, that would be actually much better. We go here. Actually, never mind. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't matter because if we get the dagger, then our opponent gets the crossroad anyway, and then it doesn't even matter like where we actually connect to the field from. 3 curves. No. There's definitely not 3 curves. Like there are no daggers here. There are no. Oh wait. Are there actually? I mean no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are no regular curves. Oh no, Aki! But he does work it out. Okay, I don't think he went for I don't think Aki went for the highest win probability, but he does draw the tile that he needs for the 33%. So he does draw the second field crossroad, and we can see that there was indeed this dagger and no other curvy tiles. So had Aki gone over here, I believe it would have been a 66% chance to win by drawing either the crossroad or the dagger. Because I do believe that Aki did have enough points banked before even before the road. Like he didn't need to try and score stuff. And also, like if he does score this road, then he just loses the field anyways, and it's just toast. Insurance for road points wouldn't matter if red chose the field. Yes, indeed, that is correct. They wouldn't matter at all. And Aki, unfortunately for him, didn't find the best move, but if you are a Chinese fan, then you should be happy as Aki has still, nonetheless, brought the first win home. Continuing his win streak of now 7 games. Or maybe 8. No, 7. Yeah, 7, of course, 7. And he will be the starting player in the second game here, which will bump his chances by a tiny margin. First 4 points. First monastery for Ste-fa-na-kis and some roads and cities. Well, looks like a ruin already, which I mean, it's gonna be not really an issue with, well, at least for now, as there are no fields to be seen. 2 points for Aki leaves an empty city cap lying around with a minor restriction on it. And Ste-fa-na-kis, with also 2 points of his own, takes away a potential loop road here. The city cap is immediately picked up by Aki, and not really, I guess, the best tiles for Ste-fa-na-kis here. Well, here, I mean, a couple road ends, nicely developed monastery, and a very well timed crossroads as well. Why not? 10 to 7, and with some nice features of his own. And Aki, with only one meeple invested now to a very safe 1-point city. And I would actually imagine that he's just gonna take a road over here of his own for 3 points. I don't really think it's like worth to do this stuff. Because like for Ste-fa-na-kis, it doesn't matter if this city like gets blocked at the top here, because he already has a way to increase the size and to make it into a nice ruin, but maybe not this way though. Maybe not this way. I think I would have rather taken the maybe even just the 3 points here, or the or just finish my road, start a new city here, and make the enlargement with less valuable tiles. So with a Dorito, or with a quad city, or with a cow. But he's gonna end up turning fine. So now gets his ruin, and Aki finishes the block. And with some new city caps, Ste-fa-na-kis is gonna go for another city of his. Looks like, yeah, it's gonna be first of all, a city started off in a nice spot, in a safe spot for Aki, and it's also going to bring some further restriction platforms to the ruin itself, which is going to get continued, or actually maybe go over here and block off the city cap from the field of blue. Would actually be quite nice. Yeah, but this is also understandable. Just goes for the direct continuation of the ruin. And Aki, holy, does something absolutely wild. Goes for a double attack on the 3-point road of red and leaves the city cap pointing upwards. This is really not that great of a move. It would be a decent move to be done with a regular straight road. But with the starting tile, when you leave quick point tiles to be taken, with the additional benefits of restricting the project of yours, and it's just not great at all, to be honest. Like, you really don't want to leave these quick point spots with tempo for your opponent, because it's just gonna be like such efficiency, and efficiency is exactly what you don't want to see coming from your opponent. Attacking roads once again didn't pay off. Yeah, well, for now it is certainly a quite feisty situation Ste-fa-na-kis even directing the city towards the connect. Oh, holy! That might just that feels just a way too unnecessarily risky dagger placement, and it backfires immediately. Like, what on earth was that? Like, you could just take 7 points on your field, or 3 points to your field, 4 points for the city, and like this would make more sense if Aki would have uh, would have actually like finished the road, but now he just connected to it. And even with a full block on the square, it would only be like a 3 and 2 situation with a ruin. But now with a finished city of 12 points, Ste-fa-na-kis is really catching up here. And the roads get restricted anyways. Yeah, that is indeed the case, or was the case. So, like really, you don't want to be using these super valuable tiles for your opponent's features, or basically a shared features, I guess. Um, Especially when you have like these juicy 7 pointer spots available to yourself anyway. Yeah, really, kind of a sloppy move from Akistak. I think he would have handled his position just well enough if he just takes the 7 points and tries to get like a road Dorito over here, or even get a restriction going from red and restrict their city on their own. Wild stuff. Plus 14 on the scoreboard for red, with the ruin, with a monastery which is fully blocked. Well, not quite. There's still one horse remaining in the deck to fit into the square and to allow the meeple recovery for the monastery, which Ste-fa-na-kis is going to try and do, of course. Yeah, for now, looking for sure. Quite decent for red. Even gets yet another monastery, and of course he's going to go over here and take the 7 point spot. Or is he? I mean, I think he should be. I guess he could go over here and restrict the city, but like, I don't think it's worth it. I think we just go over here, we take the 7 points, and we extend our lead even further. Could have of course gone over here as well, I guess, for 6 points, but then we would allow a great monastery spot for our opponent. Maybe later down the line. Blue forgot to take 3 points. Bottom left, sloppy game from Aki. With a straight road, yeah. Here. That does sound about right. And it also wouldn't have made any how would I say it? Any difficulties for his position, as it wouldn't create any attacking platforms or anything else. And now they go to Ste-fa-na-kis, so basically a -5 move. Yeah, or a 5 points miss there from Akistak. And yeah, he's gonna be in quite a bit of trouble here, but with minus 40 now on the scoreboard, with basically equal monasteries over here, with features getting finished for Akistak on like every single move, with a nice ruin, with a monastery to equalize this city over here, and with equal fields as well. Like really not looking great for blue here. Let's find out the actual count here. Well, Aki, first of all, he's gonna try to go for the completion of the city with still 2 remaining starting tiles, but instead of going for trying to go, I guess, for a safe-ish manner and saving the city immediately, or saving the square immediately, he goes for the greedy move and tries to get a better tile run out, which, in his position looks to be a very justifiable way to go at it, given that he is behind, or was behind, still is behind, now maybe even further so, because he doesn't have any actual threats. Then yeah, I think it was justified certainly to try and go for the optimistic route. Curve to extend the field of Ste-fa-na-kis, and the city gets indeed finished for 1 point for Aki, but now has possibility to attack to the field with via maybe 2 road tiles for 9 points for the 1 meeple, but given that Aki cannot get any meeples back from anywhere now, then it doesn't really look like 9 points would exactly cut it. Kind of looks like he needs to get some quick points before that, and that attacking platform is taken away swiftly by Ste-fa-na-kis anyways. Plus 14, plus 12 equal monasteries. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 plus 9. This is 7 versus 7. 10, 15, 18, like plus 16 for Ste-fa-na-kis with absolutely no threats whatsoever for Aki's stack. And he's gonna take an L on this one. At least I don't really see any credible way of getting 16 points and then some, because of course Ste-fa-na-kis is also going to score with his final meeple. So honestly, I reckon we might just go here for 6 points and just take the loss. Try and focus on the next game to come. Could we do something different? This is also the final monastery, so it doesn't really make sense for us to create another monastery spot, but Aki is gonna go for, I believe, a ninja farmer with a road tile and a curve, which there does exist some in the deck still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still 2 regular curves in the deck. There also exists a crossroad, a regular field crossroad. Ste-fa-na-kis goes for a ruin for 6 points, increase it to 9, or sorry, increase it to 8, or go for the extension or connection, unification of the 1 point ruin part. Actually, is there a divider remaining? No, there isn't. So just 2 points for the ruin of Ste-fa-na-kis, and now should be the time for Aki's stack to actually go over here and place the farmer, as it will be an unblockable way to get to the field, or even here actually, and go to the field. Oh, come on. Like, just try, man. you can try. It would be a guaranteed 9 points attack, right? Because I think the other remaining tile is also a curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, it's not. It's something else. But actually, I don't think, like, it doesn't matter like what it is. Like if you want to be precise, then you should still go for the highest scoring possibilities, highest scoring features that you have available to go for. And would have been +4 compared to what Aki now was able to get by. Equalizing the match scoreboard to 1-1. Not much help, of course, coming there for Ste-fa-na-kis in terms of his playoff chances, but they will be at least giving him some help in terms of self-confidence going into the future. Decide on its way with Ste-fa-na-kis as the starting player, gets an inconsequential curve with Aki going for the response of taking a city. Pointing to the right would be, I guess, well, I think the best. Doesn't do that, instead points to the left, gets attacked, and whilst Ste-fa-na-kis continues his road and has now also received the road end. Like this road end, like precisely here, is exactly why I think it would be best to direct to the right with a road end pointing left. Like, because you just want to go into, like, you definitely want to go into a mini battle with the road and then try to go for the triple Dorito combos, or just maybe a ruin of some sort and block the square to get a winning mini battle at least. Whereas now you have donated a free road end to Ste-fa-na-kis and to your opponent, and they are going to be free to continue their road however they wish. An attack from Aki to the road, which most likely is going to try and be protected towards a crossroad. Or no, just goes for 1 point for Ste-fa-na-kis, and well, the connection is made. It is successful. Also comes with a nice city cap to go with it. And for Ste-fa-na-kis, I guess you could just go here, get yourself out from the jaws of danger, or danger-ish. It actually takes away, like this actually takes away 3 daggers from Ste-fa-na-kis to finish the city immediately. Because the only daggers that have gone are daggers with the left-hand side curves. He could also, I guess, go a bit of a wilder route, go over here, pre-build a road for himself and start a new city. Or he could go over here, start a new city this way. But again, because of the daggers, it would be uncomfortable getting restricted to the final dagger. But the precise reason as to why you would need to consider going over here in some way is precisely this: finishing the city and dropping a second meeple to the road, which is now worth 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points, and with a connection 11 points. And there's nothing that you can do about it as red right now. Aki with a city cap of his own continues the monastery, and new city started by Oh, yes, okay. Yeah, new city started by Ste-fa-na-kis trying to create the blocking platform or restriction platform to the road with no help coming there from Aki's stack or for Ste-fa-na-kis to debate the square, but a wise maneuver made by Aki going for a salvation or a restriction onto the connection, but saving it from being restricted to a crossroad at least immediately. And he gets also the road Dorito to connect the rows, gets 11 points and goes onto the field for 6 points, 9 points, 12 points. Good prospects for this field to grow. Dagger for Akistak, the final one of its kind. No, never mind. It's with the other type of curve. So could go maybe over here. Could go over here. Start a city. Maybe here. Place even a second farmer. Finish a road. Start a new city. Don't really like that too much, because then with a straight road you would get both of your cities restricted immediately. So could maybe go, actually something wild would be going over here and dropping another farmer, trying to go for a loop road and a strengthening of the field and its enlargement by potentially like 3 more cities. Well, I guess this is another option. I think it's a bit worse. Yeah, I think it is a bit worse of a kind at that, because this road can be restricted into a crossroad with almost any road tile, whereas over here it would need 2 tiles or a crossroad itself. Why not a farmer for red when he finished the road? Over here, yeah. I have no idea. It certainly would have been quite good indeed, and I'm pretty sure red also had meeples in hand. Yeah, I don't know why there's no farmer over on this spot. It would have been a great farmer. Maybe Ste-fa-na-kis isn't really counting on a win by the field. Maybe he's trying to somehow win fieldless, but this field is looking mighty large for 9 points, and then having basically countless new cities on it. Why not a farmer for blue when he finished the city? Over here, yeah, I also do not know. I also do not know, because there was now, and there still is chances for Ste-fa-na-kis to drop a farmer of his own. Well, I guess actually for Akistak, he has chances to drop farmers from other spots. I guess Aki wants to wait for red to commit their first farmer into the field before Aki commits their second. Yeah, still no farmer from Aki stack, even though the field is now worth 12 points and with basically 4 uncompleted cities. Yeah, this is certainly quite unusual way to play fields. Restriction to the new city of Akistak, and now there seems to be actually a lot of city plus road tiles gone. There are no daggers with a right hand side curve. There are no city crossroads left, and there's only 2 starting tiles, so only the starting. Whoa! 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 Maybe let's not do that. Let's not just not do that as Aki stacked. Like that, if anything is a losing move in the long run, it is absolutely this move here. Because when you look at the tile distribution, when you realize that there are no curves with the right hand side curve, there are daggers with the right hand side curve, and there were only starting tiles, then it would mean that if this city is to get completed, then this 1 point city of Ste-fa-na-kis is immediately going to get blocked for good. And Ste-fa-na-kis is definitely going to be able. Aki stack is definitely going to be able to live with that, with a blocked 1 point meeple, and yeah, a meeple back to the hand of red. But like whatever, does get a nice size city. But this is such a high volatility move because there was still one road territory remaining. Plus, there now is the one horse remaining as well, to which Aki was basically putting all his eggs into of being able to block this square fully, or at least somehow make it so that it does not ever get completed. But with the immediate salvation coming from Ste-fa-na-kis, which actually wasn't all that likely, especially with a starting tile, or especially into a horse, then there has now been a grave, a shallow grave, a dug for Aki stack, with a major threat of getting a sizable city completed for his opponent, and maybe having some fielders opportunities to even win the game. Blue wanted to block two meeples with two moves. I mean, I can understand that, but like he already had a guaranteed way to block like just one meeple. Like if he allows the city caps to go here, and even if the worst case happens, I mean the worst case being of course the road Dorito, then Ste-fa-na-kis would be going over here, and he would then still need to find the field Dorito, which now was donated by his opponents. I mean I just think it's a very high volatility move that just was absolutely not necessary to do for Aki, but so far he has gotten away with it. And Ste-fa-na-kis has now started to fight for the field with a meeple minority, and with a great hope that he's gonna get the horse, get the two meeples back, finish this city over here, get another meeple back from there, and this connection is also possible to fully block, although with only the one remaining starting tile. But it's also possible to get restricted, and also, of course, the second meeple is still needed to the field by red. A good move, you say, self-evident. I don't really think so. I don't really think so. Given Blue's lead, I don't think it was necessary at all. I think it actually harms his winning chances in most cases. Well, he's now plus 23 though, with a nice looking city on the bottom left. And with the control of the field, of course, and with a control of a larger ruined part at the top. plus 17 plus 19. The monasteries are equal. Plus 20. Then we have this city right here for plus 28. Then we have a field controlled by blue, so plus 40. And then we have this city, the only threat for... Yeah, the only threat that red has currently, which would be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 points. Yeah, even with the completion of the city for Ste-fa-na-kis would still be behind by like 20 points and would have to also find another meeple to the field. Why not a farmer is now going to be my inner monologue when playing. Looks like we have some slightly traumatized people in the chat. New city for Ste-fa-na-kis wants to count on... Well, now kind of needs to count on the final remaining starting tile. And Aki draws the horse, and that's gonna be game for sure. And there is also thanks for the games from Ste-fa-na-kis as he realizes the absolute death of his position here after the drawing of the horse, after not being able to get it, after not being able to finish this city. The gamble of Aki pays off, and now it's just about getting a smooth ride. And Ste-fa-na-kis really, the only scoring way that he can now do is get a starting tile and get one meeple to the field, and then another meeple to the field. And that's like 5 points plus 15 plus another 15. Actually, that's 35 points. With how many tiles? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tiles, which he doesn't even have. He only has 4 remaining. Yeah, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Especially with these tiles right here, as Ste-fa-na-kis is unable to get his meeple back. Still unable to get a meeple back, but he does go for the attack for the 15-point field, which is very much indeed needed and required. Still relying on the starting tile, still relying on, I guess, maybe there's a regular straight road. When he does get the starting tile, and he does go for the completion of the city for 5 points, which I do think is a must for the max score to become reality. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is still one regular straight road, if I am not mistaken. Okay, gonna just add 2 points to his ruin over here. And is there actually also a field crossroads? There is, so that means the connection to the field by Ste-fa-na-kis is actually undeniable. It cannot be prevented by Aki. And there is the connection, even comes with a better tile. So with a field crossroad, gets the 2 additional points and gets to still use the meeple for the final turn. So plus 17 point move altogether. Well, maybe let's say plus 14, as he already had the 3 points. And I do stand corrected. There wasn't a regular straight road in the deck, but a road monastery, and this was indeed the only connection tile. So the best possible outcome, actually, the best possible tile sequence rather, goes to Ste-fa-na-kis with starting tile, crossroad, and then even a monastery to end things off with a 6-pointer. Unfortunately, not quite enough. but I guess we could say a valiant effort to put with his final tiles and to see his scoring options. 2-1 win for Aki Stag, and he bumps himself up to 4 wins, 4 match wins, 1 loss, and 9-3 in game wins, which is actually the most game wins you can get with 4 match wins. So I would reckon he would be going maybe even all the way up to the first spot. We'll see about that. Congrats to Akistek, congrats to the Chinese fans in the chat. Eight and 2 currently is Michaels and Akistek with a 9-3 record now. He's gonna go and take the first place, but it's not guaranteed to finish on first place, given that all of these players, Mikhail Pashinka, Alan Fody, and Mikhail Solotukin, still have a match to play, and their tiebreakers are going to change either for worse or for better. But a solid performance from Aki Stag, and is he actually guaranteeing a top 4 spot? That's what I want to know. So 9-3 with a +6 tiebreaker with a 4 match wins. It's not quite guaranteed. It's against Tompa, against Matti Karisok, against Margarido, against CT. Yeah, it's not quite guaranteed a top 4 placement, but it's not far away from it. There is a possibility for I believe Y Guru Y to win like 2-0, and each Michal Pashinka and Alan Fody and Michal Solotukin to win their own matches to get into the 5 wins, and all those together would knock Aki Stag to 5th place, still having to go through the round of 24. But the chances for that to happen are not particularly high. So for Aki, he can certainly enjoy his position with to its fullest extent. We have one more match to cover today on this channel with Chris Couches versus Portcard. That's going to happen at 1700 UTC, so in 2.5 hours. And in the meanwhile, you can take refuge by watching Geo3 Club versus Jerry Papa on Alexei's channel, or maybe an alternative match just on BGA's side between Yi Liu and Ruben Cox's Bhakti. And then later down the line, we have a double match stream on Uche's channel with Eldo Derino versus Voromir Vlaich, and then Matej Tapak versus myself. Unfortunately, I think the Margarido Crocodile is just going to be a bit too late for any one of us 3 to cover it. So I shall pay my respects to those 2. And then the week is going to continue, of course, on the upcoming days with a lot of juicy matches to come. That's going to be it for now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in all the way until the end. And if you did enjoy this type of Carcassonne content and would like to see more of it, then there is an easy way to support the channel by subscribing, by liking the stream, or by leaving a comment down in the comment section if you are watching this afterwards. I'll be seeing you soon enough, yet still today, with some more Carcassonne Champions League stage matches. Bye for now.